What if Batman wasn't Bruce Wayne? Imagine a world where a single desperate act by the Flash shatters reality, creating a timeline where everything we know is wrong. This isn't just a fan theory. It's the core of one of DC's most epic stories, Flashpoint. It all starts with Barry Allen, the Flash. Haunted by the tragic murder of his mother when he was a child, he makes a fateful decision. He runs back in time, faster than ever before, and saves her. It's a moment of pure, heartfelt emotion. He just wanted his family back. But when he returns to the present, it's not the world he left. It's a dark, twisted version of it. In this new reality, which we call the Flashpoint timeline, history has been violently rewritten. The Justice League never formed. Superman is a government experiment, hidden from the sun his entire life. And the world is on the brink of collapse, caught in a devastating war between two of its most powerful factions, the Amazons of the Missira and the Atlanteans of Atlantis. So where's Batman in all of this? He's here, but he's not Bruce Wayne, and this is where the story takes its darkest, most heartbreaking turn. To understand this new Batman, we have to go back to that fateful night in Crime Alley. The scene is familiar. A wealthy family leaves a movie theater, a mugger confronts them in a dark alley. But in the Flashpoint timeline, the trigger is pulled differently. The mugger, Joe Chill, doesn't shoot Thomas and Martha Wayne. Instead, he shoots their young son, Bruce, right in front of them. That single, horrifying moment changes everything. The trauma and grief don't forge a hero. They forge a monster. Driven by rage and a thirst for vengeance, Thomas Wayne becomes the Batman of this world. But he is a far cry from the hero we know. This Batman is brutal, unforgiving. He doesn't just stop criminals, he executes them. He uses guns, the very weapons that stole his son's life, as his primary tools. The Batcave isn't a high-tech crime lab. It's a gritty, grim arsenal. He runs a string of casinos in Gotham to fund his one-man war on crime, a war he seems to be losing against himself as much as the city's underworld. Thomas Wayne's Batman is a broken man, consumed by his failure to protect his son. He's older, grizzled, and carries the weight of a world he no longer cares about. He's not trying to save Gotham. He's trying to punish it. His methods are violent, his moral code is shattered, and his only companion seems to be a bottle of whiskey. He represents the abyss Bruce Wayne always fought so hard not to fall into. But what about Martha Wayne? If Thomas became a violent vigilante, what happened to her? Her grief took an even darker path. Unable to cope with the loss of her beloved son, Martha Wayne's mind snapped. The pain and sorrow twisted into a manic, nihilistic grin. She cut a smile into her own face, a permanent, gruesome reminder of her pain. She became the Joker. Think about that for a second. In this timeline, Batman's greatest nemesis is the woman he once loved, the mother of his dead son. The Joker of the Flashpoint universe isn't a random agent of chaos. She's the embodiment of Martha Wayne's shattered sanity. Her crimes are a cry for help, a desperate attempt to get the attention of her estranged husband, the Batman. Their conflict isn't hero versus villain. It's a tragic, violent domestic dispute playing out on the streets of Gotham. It's a horrifying dance of two broken souls, forever bound by the tragedy that destroyed their lives. So when Barry Allen wakes up in this nightmare world, stripped of his powers, he's completely lost. He seeks out the only hero he thinks he can trust, Batman. But when he finds Thomas Wayne, he finds a bitter, cynical man who doesn't believe a word of his story about alternate timelines and time travel. Barry has to convince this broken Batman that there's a better world out there, a world where his son lived. The hope of saving Bruce becomes the one thing that can motivate Thomas Wayne. It's the flicker of light in his darkness. He agrees to help Barry get his powers back, leading to a dangerous and painful experiment to recreate the lightning strike that gave Barry his speed. They succeed, but at great cost. As Barry and this new, brutal Batman team up with other heroes of this timeline, like a battle-hardened cyborg, they race against time. The war between Wonder Woman's Amazons and Aquaman's Atlanteans is about to trigger a global apocalypse. They need to stop it. But more importantly, Barry needs to fix the timeline. Throughout their journey, Thomas Wayne serves as a grim mentor to Barry. He sees the damage Barry's good intentions have caused. He understands that some wounds can't be healed and some mistakes can't be undone without creating even bigger ones. He pushes Barry, forces him to confront the consequences of his actions. In the final climactic battle, as the world is literally crumbling around them, Thomas Wayne makes the ultimate sacrifice. He fights to give Barry the opening he needs to run back in time and correct his mistake. But before Barry goes, Thomas gives him a letter for his son, a letter for the Bruce Wayne of the proper timeline. As Barry runs back into the Speed Force, he is confronted by his own mother. He has the chance to save her again, but he knows now that he can't. He has to let her go. He has to accept his own pain to save the world. It's the hardest lesson a hero can learn. Barry successfully restores the timeline, but things aren't exactly the same. The Flashpoint event merges several timelines, creating the new 52 universe, a fresh continuity for DC Comics. But the emotional core of the story remains. When Barry returns, he finds Bruce Wayne in the Batcave. He tells him everything that happened, about the world that almost was, about his father. And then, he gives him the letter. Bruce reads the letter from a father he barely knew, a father from another reality who lived a life of pain because he survived. In that letter, Thomas tells Bruce how proud he is of the man he became, the hero he is. He tells him not to be Batman, to find happiness, to live the life that was stolen from him. For the first time, we see the stoic, unshakable Batman break down and cry. It's one of the most powerful and humanizing moments in all of comics. A message of love from a lost father, delivered across time and space by the Flash. Flashpoint is more than just a cool what-if story. It's a deep exploration of grief, consequence, and the nature of heroism. It shows us that even our best intentions can have disastrous results. It gave us one of the most compelling and tragic versions of Batman ever conceived, and in doing so, it reminded us why Bruce Wayne's path, his refusal to kill his unwavering hope for a better Gotham, is what makes him the true Batman. What do you think of the Thomas Wayne Batman? Is he a more realistic take on the character, or a perversion of what Batman should be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into DC's Multiverse, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.